are back. Welcome back to the Nick Hall Comedy Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Hall, joined as always by
Josh Griffey.
Hey, big week and stuff. If you're here, make sure you get on Apple Podcast, rate, review, Spotify, wherever you get your pods, we're there. That helps us out a bunch if you do that. A little housekeeping up front. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter. It's at Coach Kent Murphy for everything. None of that fake shit. Stop it with that. Call them out. Report them. Whatever you want to do. I don't care.
Fight them physically with fists.
If you know the dude, fight him. CoachKentMurphy.com for all of your merchandise needs. You got the holidays coming up. Get on there and buy some stuff. It's awesome. It's good shit. Okay.
Yes.
We got put the new Kent Murphy video out.
Yep.
The second installment with Donnie Baker. Love that guy. As soon as he said hit it to the Spaniard, that was it for me. I was
all
done.
All right, I'll go Oppo. It's what, guys, by the way, this is something we wanted to bring up. You guys can disagree with a joke here and there. People who comment that comedians are not funny, that's a bad look. Donnie Baker is one of the absolute funniest guys who I've ever met in person. He gets paid to be funny, guys. Just enjoy it. I know things are changing. They'll be different at times. Enjoy, man.
Enjoy. Okay. What do we got? We got a lot of stuff today.
There's so much going on in the world of sports. I thought maybe today we'd start with the UFC event that just happened. 244.
Bad motherfuckers.
Yeah, this was Masvidal Diaz, right? For the BMF belt, the bad motherfucker belt. So this has been weird from the start. And I love it, right? So first off, the UFC deciding to create a belt that's not actually a belt for two guys who I think combined have over 20 losses.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I just in general love the concept, right? Because what the UFC is saying is that we're just going to reward guys who just want to fight. Yeah. The UFC has this since George St. Pierre. There's a little bit of this. We're just going to try to win on points and things like this. These guys just want to fight, so I'm all for this, right?
Right.
So not only do we create a belt, so then every UFC fighter has to weigh in, no, I'm the baddest. Because that makes you sound tough, saying that you're the toughest.
Not only they have a bunch of losses, it's like they go to a bunch of decisions, too. So it's like neither of these guys knock anybody out.
No, Masvidal just scored possibly the fastest knockout in UFC history with that flying knee.
Yeah. I did see that one.
Yeah, they're finishers, man. I like it for the most part. It's just fun, right? I just like guys that say, you know what? Fuck the sporting nature of it. We're just going to go out and brawl, right?
Yeah.
And I love these two guys. So that was fun. Well, then Diaz got busted for an elevated something in his system, right?
Yeah, too much man.
Yeah, too much manliness.
Too much man.
Well, he came out and he's like, dude, I'm a vegan. I don't even eat meat. I'm not on this supplement shit. And he's like, fuck it, I'll quit. I'm not even coming to New York. So then immediately the UFC scrambles and reverses the decision, which I didn't even know that was a thing. You can just be like, oh, fuck the drug testing, whatever. So then other fighters like, fuck, it took me a year and a half and all this money.
Punch Jones is like, really?
Yeah, right.
I can do that? The fuck?
Jones, actually, you had elevated Hooters waitress blood in your system, so that's really scary. But so the fight continues as is, right? Fucking wild event. Just knockouts everywhere on the card. The Rock shows up in person to deliver the belt.
Good for him.
President Trump in the arena for a UFC fight.
It was the most spectacular fight I've ever seen. It was wonderful. Everybody said so. It was the most spectacular fight.
I gotta say, there's a lot of and people who listen to this know, I don't want to talk politics. They know I'm not a Trump guy. People taking shots at Trump for going to an MMA event, that's bullshit.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, our president just happens I don't know
Presidents
if he's a big
go
fan
to sporting events all the time.
Yeah.
What does it matter if it's UFC versus a baseball game or a bat?
Well, no, he went to a baseball game and they're like, oh, of course, baseball's America's pastime. Well, guess what? More people like MMA than baseball today.
The ratings are...
Yeah, the numbers are in. It's fine. I don't think it's weird for if our president was like, yeah, I just want to go to a monster truck rally. That's fine. I don't care what your hobbies are.
Yeah.
There is the thought that, hey, maybe you could be doing work as the world is kind of burning around you. That's fine. But if you want to go to an MMA event, that's not something to critique a guy.
Who cares?
No, you argue about ideas, not hobbies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah,
yeah. What if Obama had gone to a Kid Rock concert? You'd be like, weird choice.
Weird choice.
But if that's your taste.
Although I've heard they're good shows. Yeah. Never been to one.
R.I.P. Lil Joe. You know what I mean? That's fine. I don't care what your hobbies are. But then, because it was so annoying, I'm trying to follow along on Twitter, and then everyone's got Zapruder film. This angle, Trump got booed. This angle, he didn't get booed. Who cares? Watch the fucking fights.
I wish Obama did go to like a Kid Rock concert. It was
Yeah.
it was wonderful. He did Ball with the Ball, which I thoroughly enjoyed.
He's like the Latin origins of ball with the ball.
And you know what? I am a cowboy baby. I am a cowboy baby.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Don't try to fucking lump, because there were all these connections made, right?
Right.
Oh, well, of course he goes to MMA. I'm like, MMA is one of the most international sports we have, right? Like,
Pretty much,
it's
yeah.
a worldwide sport. It's really popular. Don't make it this, oh, well, of course, like, those people. Like, there's no those people. It's a really popular sport.
Yeah.
You know, maybe golf. You're like, yeah, golf people, I would imagine, overwhelmingly vote one way.
Yeah,
That's
like
fine.
I don't get people that go watch golf though.
No.
Like that buy tickets are like I'm gonna go watch golf. Like
Yeah.
that cannot be fun.
No, I mean-
that's just got to be. You just stand on a hole and you're like, ooh, good drive.
Yeah, sweet swing.
Whoa.
Well, also, it's like,
I'll be damned. He made it in 4. Whoa.
Any sporting event that I go to and they're like, but you have to be quiet. It's like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you shush me, I'm going to smack you.
Not good golf etiquette.
Yeah.
He spoke loudly. Did you hear him?
Yeah, and also I'm like,
How am I supposed to putt with that going on, Doug?
if golfers can't putt with a sound going on, you're a giant
You're
puss.
not good at
You're a giant puss.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, when me and my friends
No
used
other
to golf,
sport makes you. Yeah, it's
yeah,
annoying.
you would have to be like golfing and afraid that someone's going to throw something at your nuts the whole time. That's real golf.
Here's
Man,
the
go.
rules. You have to hit the ball that way. Try to get it in the hole, and also don't be rambunctious. No tomfoolery.
Yeah,
It's a gentleman's sport.
Sunday school rules at a sporting event, that's a hard out for me. It's a hard out. Golf in HD is fine, just stay home. So this is where we move on to the fight, right?
Right.
Masvidal beats the fuck out of Diaz.
Yeah.
So much that it looks like his eyeball could like come out and fall out, right? Like above his eye is just gashed.
Love it.
Below is gashed. The doctor called the fight. People are fucking furious, right? The bad motherfucker belt ended in a medical stoppage. Diaz is furious. He's spouting conspiracy theories that he won't get a rematch. He even challenged The Rock to a fight. He's like, I saw The Rock over there palling around with Masvidal. He can get it too. And then his line that I really liked, and he's like, why the fuck is The Rock even giving this belt? Mike Tyson is the baddest motherfucker of all time. He should be giving the belt. So I love the idea of just Diaz is like, yeah, I'll just fist fight The Rock too.
I'm gonna fight the. You don't want to do that. He's a large man.
Well, if you want to make money, because this sent me and my brother into this discussion, right? Because Masvidal apparently started beef a while back with Brock Lesnar. Because they were apparently at a Whole Foods and Brock Lesnar came in, got his food, and cut the line at the cashier. And so Masvidal tried to fight him in the store, and everyone broke it up. And he's like, man, that's just bullshit. You don't cut people in line. You know, he's doing like his whole Scarface routine. And then he was like, Brock, if you want it, he's like, come get it. And he's like, worst case scenario, I'll be rich anyways.
Can you imagine the news today though? If he would have said that shit and The Rock would have just done the people's eyebrow and like turned and then just climbed the cage and then just went. Oh my god, it'd be the greatest news story of all time.
It's
I wish he would have.
The Rock's like, can we insert Diaz as the bad guy in Jumanji 2?
In the blue hell are you? He just oh man, I would lose it.
I'm all for, because this is like a crossover thing now. But I was like, yeah, they should do a card where Masvidal fights Lesnar.
Yeah.
And then Diaz fights The Rock, and then Conor McGregor fights The Undertaker. You know what I mean? Like, let's just go.
Oh, Undertaker would wreck McGregor.
Yeah.
That'd be a
And then
great one.
Maybe like the women's champ, Amanda Nunes, comes out, and Stone Cold comes out and gives her the old clam kick into a stunner. Like, let's just go all. Like, why do we have the two things?
I love it.
Like, let's just cross them over.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
I'm in.
Him threatening to fight The Rock was amazing. But
what
here's
an
where it
idiot.
got wild. Now, that doctor has been receiving death threats. He came out and he was like, people are actually threatening to like murder him and his family because he stopped that fight. And I don't. I mean, if there was a crowd that was going to do it, like MMA fans are really wild about this.
Yeah.
Thing. But like, come on, dude. You saw a 3-round just blood fest.
Yeah.
They didn't even move non-title fights to 5 rounds until like 5.
He's like, I'm not letting this fight go, and not in this culture, not in this climate.
Well, this is what I said, though, right? So, I mean, you could argue that maybe Donald Trump doesn't have a lot of prestige as president. He's a sitting president of the United States at an MMA event.
Yeah,
that's
a big event.
Deal.
That's a big event.
Do you want to see some guy's eyeball fall out on the floor?
Yeah.
While a sitting president's in the arena?
Yes.
Like, I mean, yes, we would like that.
It
but
was
we're
one of the best
monsters.
eye gougers I've ever seen. It was wonderful.
That's what they should have done.
Everyone said so. It was beautiful.
They should have cut the camera over to Trump, and he could have done the Apprentice. You know what I mean? Like
he does
the thumbs
like
up or something.
the fucking Rocky, was it Rocky 4 or whatever?
He's
if he dies, he dies.
Yeah, and then my thing is, if a fighter wants to keep fighting, maybe let him.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I don't know.
They signed up.
It was a wild event, dude. Crazy fucking fights.
Just got to sign a death waiver,
around.
and if you go, you go.
If you get murdered in the ring,
Rest
if you
in
want
peace.
to die in the ring, hey man,
rest in pieces.
Yeah.
The Expendables.
It was just one of those events I watched, and I was like, it was a fun UFC event, but there were so many things happening outside of the cage in that event. I was like, this is just out of control. It was amazing.
Better fight that or Carl Anthony Towns and Joel Embiid.
Now, I like this fight, honestly.
Yeah.
Because here's the two takes on that, right? I like that they actually wanted to go at it.
Right.
That's fine. I love the meme of Carl Anthony Towns one finger on Embiid, and he's like,
I'll tell you what, it wasn't the greatest fight. But
They never are.
But what I did like about it is that they actually went at it. It wasn't that typical like sports fight where somebody gets mad and like they shove and then everybody gets in the middle and they're all just yelling and they're acting like they're going to fight, but they never really had any intention.
Right.
At least they fucking grappled, went to the ground.
Right.
You know, got some shots in.
Yeah, I mean,
it was better than your average sports fight. It really was. Yep.
But not only that, it was a great fight, but now we have, again, I like the outside of the fight stuff, right?
Correct.
So Embiid coming out and pretending to throw all these combos when he had a chance to throw combos and didn't. I like that he was pumping it up to the crowd.
I'm so pretty.
Yeah, everyone's sitting there saying that fucking Ben Simmons was choking Carl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, I read
death.
that. I've watched the video. I didn't like see a good chokehold in there.
No,
I mean, he had him down for a second, but
again, I was never very good at jiu-jitsu, but I trained it for like 3 years and I wrestled like a long time. That's not a great chokehold. Like Carl Anthony Towns didn't tap out. Like they made it sound like he's like, because people were calling for Simmons to get an ejection for like endangering a life. The Timberwolves were.
I'll give him this: his chokehold is better than his jump shot. I'll give Ben Simmons that. But that's all I'm. That's not saying much.
Choke accuracy 15, jumper accuracy 3.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
No, but the Timberwolves calling like. As Carl Anthony Towns is obviously making a statement, I don't want to be thought of as soft.
Well,
for his organization to come out and be like, that guy almost murdered him with the one-arm choke. Just totally undercutting his credibility as a tough guy.
Well, what was it you said that, was it Carl Anthony Towns' mom?
Yes.
So, yeah, I didn't see this.
So if you watch the video,
I got to go back and watch
replays,
it.
It's great because Carl Anthony Embiid is like pumping up the crowd as he's walking back to the locker room. You see this one lady up in the corner, right as the tunnel's ending, and just fucking screaming and pointing and flipping him off. And I was like, wow, that one Timberwolves lady is really into this moment.
Yeah.
Come to find out, that was Carl Anthony Towns' mom.
I love it.
That's what I read. So his mom's sitting there like, you fucking attacked my baby boy. Just fucking talking mad shit.
See, I'm of the basketball line of thinking where they talked about interleague play. Like, fuck it, let's enter sports play. Like they did so like I want that moment to happen. They do the fight, and then he gets up and starts hyping the crowd, and they cut to Carl Anthony Towns' mom, and then the lights go down, and just some like spotlights come and smoke flies, and she just starts flipping him off, and then some music plays, and she walks down onto the court, and then it's a wrestling match the rest of the way.
Yeah,
and people are throwing like I would fucking subscribe to that. $100 a month, and I'd watch every game.
Yeah,
I would watch every game.
If these guys really have beef, they should be allowed to, in the offseason, have a fight that the UFC just puts on.
Yeah.
The UFC has so many fighters that and they have always been trying to like get into the more legitimate sporting nature of it.
Yeah.
When you make a belt like Masvidal them, and you take your popular fighter Conor and just let him fight Diaz, you're just doing money fights.
Yeah.
And to me, that's where I don't care about rankings and the prestige of the belt. The belts have no prestige because if a guy misses one scheduled event, they'll just make an interim title and they have
there is no prestige, but not in UFC, not in like we talked about the other like a couple weeks ago. It was like the boxing. There's 100 belts.
Well, the heavyweight division is finally fun again, but everyone has a belt.
Yeah, there's 100. Same with UFC. There's 100 belts. Like there's no value in that. You might as well just pair up some kick-ass matchups.
Yeah.
Throw the bad motherfucker belt on it.
Seriously.
And whatever.
I never cared about the prestige and the because everyone will do that. Well, who's the best fighter of all? Well, who fucking cares?
And then just do
right? Like, who cares? I just want to see awesome fights.
Get rid of the belts and do like a fucking 8-man bracketed tournament.
Like that Russian MMA league where it's just 8 on 8.
Yeah.
Well, this is my theory, right? If someone came to the UFC tomorrow and they're like, hey, Masvidal's serious. Like, he wants a money fight versus Brock Lesnar. And the UFC's like, well, we don't care about USADA results anymore. Those guys kind of suck anyways. And Lesnar's like, yeah, I'll come back and drop 50 pounds, and Masvidal can try to put on 50 pounds, and, I'll fight him. Yeah. Who would not pay to see Masvidal fight Lesnar?
I'd watch it.
Yeah, because you're like, Masvidal's a superior fighter, but Brock Lesnar is going to break him in half.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is everyone always had, because Connor's like, I sparred the Mountain. You're like, well, the Mountain's like a huge guy who lifts things, not a Division I wrestling champion.
Yeah, he's not a boxer.
It's like just seeing the face-up, right? The weigh-ins of Brock Lesnar versus Masvidal or Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
I'd watch that shit all day. Like, Canelo just went up this weekend.
Yeah.
He went all the way up to light heavyweight and fucking knocked that dude out in the 11th. And you're like, yeah, I don't care about weights. I want to see the toughest guy. It's way cooler if a little guy beats up a big guy.
Agreed.
That's awesome. So if Masvidal
Hoyt Gracie back in the day, that was like the whole thing. Yeah.
But this is the whole show, right? So you start off in the Rock and Diaz fight,
and
then you cut to a storyline segment where Brock Lesnar's buying like 5 chickens. He's like, this is my snack. And Masvidal gets a chair shot in a Whole Foods.
Yeah, I love it.
And that fight's, fall counts anywhere in
well,
a Whole Foods.
That was like the beauty of like the wrestling back in the day was like they'd be in the tunnel by the bus.
Right.
Like doing like a quick interview and then somebody just come drill him with a chair.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's starting.
Yeah.
Like we don't have to wait till they get to the ring. Like
my favorite thing ever back in the day would when someone's doing an interview and HBK would just kick them in the face. I'm a sexy boy. And I was like, yes, this is the best story.
Yes,
so you cut to Masvidal and Lesnar just destroying a Whole Foods, brawling, right? And then you cut back
I'm way into that.
That do the basketball arena song, and it's just Joel Embiid and Karl Anthony Towns are like, we're gonna settle it.
Yeah,
we're gonna settle it right here.
And his mom's just, you motherfucker.
Karl Anthony Towns' mom is feeding him hearty soup in between rounds. That would be the biggest selling pay-per-view of all time.
I hope Dana White's listening, and if he is, I just want 10%, man.
Yeah, stop.
You set it up.
Stop with this. We're a real sport. No one gives a fuck about the sanctity of sports. We want the most entertainment.
Yeah, we're here for
if you were telling me now.
Here for the show.
Yeah, The Rock Diaz, maybe the Diaz brothers, so their combined weight could match. And then Lesnar, Masvidal, foul counts anywhere, Whole Foods, into Karl Anthony Towns, Embiid. And then maybe at the end, Draymond just comes in as like the villain, right?
Yeah.
And then that sets up our next storyline. Draymond versus anyone else in the league. Russell Westbrook would get in on that.
Yeah, Shaq and Charles come fight for a little bit.
Yeah. Dude, let it all happen.
John Daly smoking cigarettes, like refereeing.
Sure.
Let John. I'd love it. We'll get golf involved.
Yeah, well, all these guys that want to fight, right?
It's like the Royal Rumble of sports.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking amazing.
The UFC has a huge opportunity here.
I'd love to see like 2 hockey players get in the ring.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a good fucking fight,
God,
man.
Dude.
Yeah,
I'd watch like Ovechkin fight anyone.
Yeah, they have to start with the shirts on though, just because I love when they rip the shirt. They gotta rip the shirt off. Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. We're making our own rules at this point.
I'm
We're
in.
no longer still don't rip people's eyes out or like kick them in the nuts. But like other than that,
Altuve comes in and just starts 5'4" wrecking people. He's just running and just fucking jacking fool. I would love it.
Greg Hardy versus the entire women's division. You know what I mean? Just 20 women just fucking head kicking.
Richie
him in the
Incognito, just giving people wedgies in the corner and shit.
Richie Incognito fights a giant masked man that at the end we realize is Richie Incognito.
Because he's incognito. I get it.
There you go. See, because his biggest enemy, as Hard Knocks told me, himself.
Of course.
My favorite thing that they did a segment on Real Sports, and I didn't realize how bad it had gotten for Incognito. Like when he showed up at the funeral home with all the guns in his car, and he's like, "Well, I was moving." I was like, "Really? You didn't have a box to put all your guns in? That's brave."
Just take an Uber next time.
Right. Well, they asked this because he's like, the lady called the cops, and she's like, he was doing a gun motion, went to his car, had all these guns. She called 911, like, I think he's gonna kill us. And he was like pissed when the cop showed up, whatever. And he was like, no, I'm going to my car. I'll
That's
be
how
right
I
back.
point.
Yeah, and I'm like, no one points with the fucking barrel and the hammer.
No, what I said was, listen, motherfuckers, I'm going to my car.
Listen, really cool business provider that I'm stoked to give a good Yelp review.
Yo!
I'll be right back, happy as hell. Yeah, I was like, I'm sure she just called 911 for no reason. Right?
Well.
But there's this great moment where the interviewer... And it's the guy who said he would kick Mayweather's ass. No, it's a different old white guy. Anyways, one of the Real Sports guys, and he goes, "Is Richie Incognito a time bomb, a ticking time bomb?" And Richie, and I love just the self-awareness. He goes, "Well, history would say yes, but I'm hoping not."
But you know what? Yes. Hoping the the gunpowder and shit it's not active. That's in there.
That's what I mean, right? So Incognito, put him in the UFC. Like, why does the UFC not have one spot per pay-per-view for the... Like, seriously, do people really care that much about the number 15 welterweight who's coming off of 2 wins against other guys you've never heard of?
It's like the untrained fight.
Yeah.
So you have like all these monsters that all they do every day is train to fight. And then there's one match each night where it's just 2 guys who've never trained, just big beefcakes, and you just let them
But
go
it's
at
like
it.
Back when UFC started, like, I love Tank Abbott.
No rounds. It's just
a big guy. Him and Butterbean. Just,
Butterbean,
Like, just get those guys an opportunity.
And
UFC has so many fucking fights now. They have the free on TVs. They have all the Fox fights, and now they have paper. Like, use your other ones for the hardcore fans to give them the really important matchups. I want to see Greg Hardy versus something.
Oh, yeah.
Cyborg, right?
Yeah.
Like, get Cyborg, and she can pick, her 10 best lady friends. You're going to fight Greg Hardy and see if you can, break his kneecap.
I'm way in.
You know what I mean? Make him eat his jockstrap. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Let the fans, right? If the fans are that mad about the bloody eye thing, right? We're throwing civility and all these things out the door. Give us what we want, right? Give us what we want. Hopefully no one dies.
Way in.
I think this is a big deal.
I think we've discovered a market here.
That's the thing. Boxers still make way more. There's more money in boxing.
Yeah.
If you had Masvidal and The Rock and Lesnar and Diaz on a card, that card does 10 times more pay-per-view buys than what they just did.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Easily. Yep.
For sure. I would be.
And what are they ruining? Some majestic long history? No.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No one cares about the legacy of belts in UFC, right? No one cares.
No.
Well, because the middleweight champ, what's his name? Israel. John Jones called him out, and now they're fighting over, what weight class, and he's like, well, in 2 years, I'll be ready to move up, and you're trying to catch me before I'm ready, and I'm like, well, you already lost the argument because you sound like a bitch now.
Right.
Right? Just go fight whoever, whenever. That's what I liked about Conor. You can say he was, overvalued or whatever, but he was the 145-pound champion's I'll go up to 170 and fight Nick Diaz, who's 8 inches taller than me.
And you know what? Maybe it's a good landing place for Vinatieri. He can just come in and kick some fools.
He just kicks balls into the octagon. So you have to fight and dodge the octagon.
His card's punched in the NFL. He's done.
Well, this was fun because our teams were playing.
Yeah.
And I told you it was a double story for me because it was the first football game I felt like I was invested in from start to finish this year. Most of the other Steelers games are I can watch the third and fourth. I don't have to watch all of it. It's just not good for us. It's not fun. But I watched this one all the way. It is unbearable to watch an entire football game now.
The officiating is rough.
Fucking horrendous.
It's not just that game. it's league wide. It's
so. Well, we were talking.
Yeah,
there's a play yesterday
brutal.
Where the ball gets overthrown to the receiver by about 25 yards.
Yeah, it was about 15.
The receiver and the cornerback got tripped up.
Yeah,
and they threw a pass interference. Right. The commentators are sitting there this is clearly going to get brought back. It's uncatchable. Yeah. They do the challenge the pass interference play, and we're like, well, of course. That's an uncatchable ball to anyone who's not a total ding-dong.
Yeah.
What happens? We're just going to go with what we said at the start. The reason replay and challenges exist is to get the calls that are so egregiously wrong, like the Saints game last year, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what brought it on, was that playoff game.
Because we can all see it in high def with all these cameras. We know when it's right or wrong, and they just refuse to do it better.
The thing of it is, and I don't know the exact number, they flashed it during one of the games this weekend, but the rate at which the people are challenging the pass interference, the rate at which they get overturned or to what the correct call should be is it's 8%. It's an alarming rate how many of these they're getting wrong.
Right.
Even after reviewing it. And it's why even
why
have
do
it?
You think that is?
Why have it? I think it's some kind. It's got to be some kind of stubbornness because almost. Well, it's almost every time the play stands.
Yeah.
When they review these, so I don't know if it's they just don't want to be oh, we missed and if they get all these reviews oh, we missed 48. No, we got it right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then it looks better for them. No, we got it right all along. You know what I mean? That's my only logical explanation for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But to me, it's
But the
are
thing
so
is,
willing to say you don't want to admit that you made the initial mistake in the sport that is the hardest to officiate.
right.
Then you're creating this story where we're talking about how dumb do you have to be. I think if you just admit you're wrong,
But the
because
problem,
they get most of the calls are not arguable,
right.
fine.
Here's the thing, though. The problem is not that the replay is broken or if they're getting... They've got to loosen the fucking rules on pass interference because it's way too prevalent. It's slow. It makes the game super slow.
Yeah.
Like they've got to come up with a solution there.
Well, it's not
you got to
even
fix
fun.
the problem there.
Because when a team has someone pinned 3rd and 8, that used to be like oh man, this is a big important down. Now you just know every play is going to be a sideline throw, and they'll probably get bailed out.
That's what I was telling my buddies. Is like, well, at the end of the Steelers-Colts game, it was like, why are we playing for a field goal right here?
Yeah.
There's plenty of time left on the clock, and that puts us up by 1. Mm-hmm. We got to be playing for a touchdown to go up by more than 50, because all you have to do is just let one go about 50 yards, and you've got probably about a 70% chance that there's going to be a pass interference call. Like, you don't even have to complete the play. You just got to fucking launch it, and somebody's going to get flagged, and then you're right there in field goal range.
Yeah.
Like, a 1-point lead is nothing. No. It's not. You might as well be losing.
The DB receiver running full force, they both are turning to catch it and fighting for it.
There's going to be
Your
contact.
interception rate is low, right? All you got to do is put it in the vicinity, right? Like, make a decent throw. And, they touch each other.
Right.
Because this is the other one I said when they had the I think the Colts challenged it.
They did, and they lost.
Yeah, and it's like, the receiver clearly pushes and extends his arm and then goes up and catches it. Yeah. And they're like, I don't know. And it's like, we all know.
Yeah, I mean, according to the rules.
They have 3 cameras per pylon.
Everywhere.
Like, you cannot escape the fucking full HD truth of what's happening. The hardest thing is, they've done this where they've made it impossible to... They've given us so much gray area. You never know what a catch and this and that is, right? There's always all these arguable, nonsensical... Yeah. Like... If you put the ball over the line, but then it hits the ground and comes out, well, that's a touchdown. Right. If you do that on the 20-yard line,
you have to complete the play.
Yeah, So I get there's a lot of gray area, but when someone challenges specifically, that receiver pushed the DB off, and we can all see it 25 times before they get it wrong. The officials, stubborn or not, you're not helping yourself at all.
But it's like, okay, if the guy knocks the guy over, or grabs his arm or something, pass interference. But like that hand fighting, like that shit that they call like every fucking like that, just get that out of the rule book. Like that, they're running full speed in a physical sport. They're gonna touch each other. Yeah, as long as he's not like taking the guy down or grabbing his arm or pulling him down or whatever. Yeah, fine. Yeah, it's a physical sport. Let them duke it out a little bit for the fucking ball. Like that's how it should. That's how it should be. Instead of a flag every fucking 3 minutes in the game. Yeah,
and again,
it's brutal.
My
man.
theory with all sports, right? Like hockey and the NBA and this, I like the more opened up game. Like I don't want to see people tripping and not setting picks so that everyone's wide open. Right. Like you got to have some boundaries.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I'm just like. There's got to be room for at least a little contact.
Right. Well, this is what you're talking about, right? Is when you get to the point where we as fans don't even care about the drama of a 3rd and 8 because we just know a flag's coming.
Every time a pass goes, when I watch an NFL game now, every time a pass goes up, I assume there's going to be a flag. Yeah. Literally almost every time. I'm not kidding you. Like I'm like, okay, here it comes.
And that's what kills. That's what I mean. There's not a lot of drama in NFL games.
Like you said, you've got them at 3rd and 8. They throw an incomplete pass, and you're like, yeah, but like not anymore. You're just like, hang on, here comes a flag. They're going to get the first. You know what I mean?
It's to the point every single play, right? When I see a running back get 12 yards, I'm like, well, where's the flag?
Yeah, it's going to come. Yeah.
Every time a guy goes up and misses a contested ball, where's the flag? And I'm even trained now when they don't call the flag, you're like, what the fuck? Yeah. So it's like it's changing the way that we watch and enjoy football.
It's brutal.
Yeah. And
it's almost as brutal as watching the Colts still run Vinatieri out to kick.
Dude.
That 90s. Okay. Listen.
Now, we've talked about the aging gracefully in sport. Like, I'm with Vince Carter, right? As long as someone will pay me, I'll do it. Yeah. The fact that the Colts have not old yellered Vinatieri, be like, just go be rich and get the fuck. That's embarrassing.
His rookie year was 96.
96.
Okay.
Dude, I was 12.
For starters.
I was a 12-year-old boy. This fucking monstrosity was a 12-year-old boy.
The guy is a fucking legend. He is.
Sure.
I mean, he's a legend. He's got 4 Super Bowls.
Right.
The most points ever in NFL history, the most field goals.
Right.
Any kind of kicking record he pretty much has.
Yeah. He's the best kicker of all time.
And he's running out here now, and he's worse than the league. He's
missed how many points
He's missed 5 extra points.
Yeah.
This year. He's cost He's cost the Colts 2 games with his kicking. That's 25% of the games they've played.
Yeah.
He's put them in a bad position in over half of them.
And the Texans are still right on your tail.
Yeah, we're tied now.
Yeah, you're like in it.
Yeah.
You know?
But like, I mean, essentially, like we could be the Colts could be 7-1 without Vinatieri kicking.
And isn't that a fucking
What is
kick
he
in
still?
the pants?
What is? And their reasoning is, yeah, but he's a legend. I get that.
Yeah.
But he can no longer do the job. So just because he used to be good doesn't make those kicks fucking go in now. Like I don't get what he's like, dude, just retire. I hate when guys do this like at the end of their career, like these great careers.
I get it,
and
though.
I get it too because I wouldn't want to let go either. But like,
and he's also
it's
a
painful
guy,
to watch,
sure,
and it's costing us games.
Well,
like,
he's the guy
it's
who
one
still
thing if
bets
you're,
on himself.
It's one thing if you're fucking like, you know, Michael Jordan and you're playing 6 minutes off the bench, you're not losing any games. But this guy's fucking making plays all game long that are affecting the outcome of the game.
It's the hard part of kicker. Like if you're a great kicker, you get no accolades.
Yeah.
But when you miss one, fuck, like everyone. This is the
But
thing.
he's missing them at an alarming rate.
Right.
Like,
well, I told my
alarming
wife
rate.
because everyone's like, "Fuck, well, we lost," and I was like, "I don't think he's gonna make it."
Yeah.
I had a feeling. I'm like, he already fucked up that point after,
and they tried to blame it on the laces being in, but he kicked the ground.
Too.
He kicked the ground like 4 inches behind the ball. That ball was there. That ball could have had no laces, and it wasn't going in.
Also, I'm like,
And the one that got blocked was because he kicked it about 3 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Like that ball wasn't going in either.
Well, I'm not a physicist,
you know what I mean?
right? But I'm assuming the micro ratios of laces in or out. I'm assuming you can still, like, people have made them before with the laces in.
Sure.
Right? I know it's funny because
But the way that kick went, that wasn't because of the
Jesus
laces.
H.
I mean, that thing was 45 feet wide.
He missed it. Yeah, he missed it by 15 yards.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like, it wasn't even close, right?
And that's the thing. I love Vinatieri. He's a fucking legend.
Right.
You can't take that away from him.
Right.
But right now we got to win games. The Colts have to win games.
Well, that's what.
And if they want to win, and every game they've played this year has been decided by less than 7 points.
Yeah.
So guess what that comes down to? Fucking kicks.
Special teams and kicks.
Yeah. So like,
that's what I mean.
You've got to have somebody competent in there, and right now he's not.
They have to do it because Vinatieri became as good as he is by betting on himself.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know he's probably going to train hard this week and be like, I can write this. Yeah. I'm the best kicker of all time.
It's a tough decision because essentially you've got to cut a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Well, this was the funny
joke,
know what
I mean?
Right? Is everyone's saying they think what's going to happen is that the Colts will cut him and the Patriots are going to re-sign him and then he'll start kicking great again.
I wouldn't surprise me at all. It would not surprise me at all. But it's just time. Like it's time for him to step away.
Well, it's like I didn't like seeing Fat Jordan with the Wizards.
Yeah.
Like it would be the 76ers, right? They're like, well, we lost Jimmy Butler. We could really use a little more scoring. Charles Barkley and Dr. J are legends. And you're they were legends, but they
that's
can't
the
do it
equivalent
anymore.
of not only like signing those guys, but giving them 38 minutes a night.
Yeah.
That's what the equivalent is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like
Barkley
in no other arena would this happen. Like would this be a thing? But they're losing games for the sake of nostalgia now.
Yeah.
Basically. And it's fucking stupid.
And that's the thing.
It makes no fucking sense.
I don't think it's disrespectful to bench a guy who's had a great career.
And I'm not
like
saying
all the Giants fans are like, oh, they fucking benched Eli. And I'm like, all right, Eli's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He won the 2 biggest games in the franchise history.
Yeah.
But he can't do it anymore.
I don't care.
He can't do it.
He's like 46 years old. I don't care how much you work out.
Yeah.
How much, like, at certain points, your body just doesn't do the same things anymore. It doesn't matter how much you work out.
Well, especially as kicker, you have one job.
Yeah.
Only
it's
one job.
not the same, and it's just time.
He's not a special teamer who can go out and, like, contribute on another
If you were the
unit.
world's greatest holder, that'd be a different story.
Right.
You can do that to your 80.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I mean, though. I don't see it as... Because someone explained it to me this way once, and it made sense, right? Is everyone's always so worried about disrespecting your star athletes.
I get that.
But they have respected him by making him a millionaire, right? Like, Eli Manning has made more money playing NFL quarterback than anyone else in the history of the game.
Yeah.
So that's how they showed him massive respect,
right.
not benching him now that he can't do it. Vinatieri's the same way, man. They've respected him for a long... And we live in Indy. Everyone...
I guarantee he's made more money than any kicker in the history of kicking. Yeah.
I mean, he's probably at least up there. He's great. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Everyone in this city adores him, but facts are facts, right? And
so
that's what I mean. He's got his respect, right? The
right.
Colts need wins.
Well, that's
that's
part of my thing. Like, I'm a huge Vinatieri fan.
Yeah, everyone.
And
is.
it's not even like the losing games. It's just like I almost feel like I just want him to like retire and go out with some dignity instead of just like watching him derail every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, if he misses another 10
it's
by
like
the end of the year.
Like I was the biggest Reggie Miller fan ever, but if I would have watched Reggie playing at 50 and like and not even be able to get the ball to the hoop from the 3-point line, I'd be like, I don't want to watch this.
This is really
it's like
sad.
watching like a friend die or something,
Yeah.
like you don't want to do it's like it's not something you want to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's hard because when do athletes who, again, they have to have this killer instinct and belief in self, a lot of these guys, you have to protect them from themselves.
I agree.
Because it's like Vince Carter still contributing at his age is fucking baffling.
Right.
But again, to me, I'm like, is there really a lot of value in that? Like, are people just really stoked that he plays his couple minutes and can get some, like, maybe people like, and I don't want to take a guy's earning away, but for these franchises, you're like, there's really not anyone else that you could be developing. Like a young guy
he's
who could
bottom
be
of, he's bottom of the league in kicking right now. Like he's dead bottom.
I mean, if the Colts have another
so there's
kicker
literally
on their roster,
it doesn't
they
matter.
need to
You could
figure this
get
out.
anybody off the waiver wire that's a kicker.
Yeah.
And he's not going to do worse.
Right. But that's what I mean.
And the odds are that he's going to do
now.
He's going to do better.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever it is.
Because you don't want
because he's
played with us
literally
for
the
3
worst
weeks.
in the league right now. Like it's not good.
Yeah. No, it's hard, man. The legends never die thing.
Yeah.
That's not just a line in Sandlot. It's these guys don't
Like
want
I
to
said, like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Vinatieri. It's nothing. That guy is a fucking legend with a track record that's untouchable.
Yeah.
That'll probably never be touched.
What you need is to get Andrew Luck in there.
If you want to win games, though, like especially on a team that lost their fucking quarterback to retirement and they're fucking grinding out these games and still giving themselves a chance to win against a lot of odds.
Yeah.
And it's this guy missing kicks that's costing them games.
Yeah.
Potentially a division. You know what I mean? Like
that's the sad truth,
you
right? He's not Vinatieri. He's that guy.
You got to look forward, and it's just
you got to send Andrew Luck in there with PowerPoints.
If you want to win, you're going to have to make the tough decisions.
This is how great it is to not work.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah, dude.
Andrew Luck is the guy everyone wanted to keep going.
I don't know.
And you should
maybe he hates his wife.
Right?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know who she is. I don't know.
I mean, the road fuzz is ridiculous.
I don't want to go home, guys.
Right?
Come on, can I? You can come. Can I stay in, coach? I just don't want to go home.
I might be really bad at field goal kicking, but still, the fuzz ratio, legit.
Legit. I don't even know if you might not even married. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I've still got Sophia in Jacksonville. I can't retire before that game. It has to be something. Yeah, I don't know.
But again, maybe there's a place for him in the, in the Hell in the Cell with the UFC or whatever.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Because that leg, he could still fucking do some damage, kicking some motherfuckers around the ring. Right. The Rock's chasing fucking what's his name around, and Vinatieri's just running around the ring, just drop kicking motherfuckers. I'm in. There's still a market for that all day.
Well, no, when you have the NFL players fight, that's what you fight, and then Vinatieri's just rifling.
Well, that was like
the ring.
So, like when people you do those questions like, would you rather this or this? Like one of the questions that we used to ask was, would you rather take a bare fist punch, bare fist punch from Mike Tyson?
Yeah, no.
In the head, or let an NFL kicker just fucking punt you right in the balls.
Balls.
Really?
Balls all day.
Oh, man.
Mike Tyson can kill me with a punch. Like a Mike Tyson.
Okay, Tyson with a glove or a kick.
Mike Tyson with like one of those fucking inflatable balls. It would still be close. Like Mike Tyson can separate my brain from my fucking stems. You know what I mean? Like that's terrible. Like,
how about a shot to the gut?
And I'm 35 now, so you're like, oh, shot to the gut, then I'd rather have that. Again, I can still die.
Let's do apples to apples then. Tyson punching you in the balls or an NFL kicker kicking you in the balls?
Kick.
Oh,
Kick.
man, I don't know.
Kick. I mean, I'm sure
those guys can fucking, I'm sure those legs are moving,
right,
dude.
I'm assuming sports science is against me, right? That the power of the leg is probably way more
Think of it this way. That punter is taking that ball and kicking it like 70 yards, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Mike Tyson can throw it up and punch it 70 yards?
I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
doubt it. I think the force.
Mike Tyson.
I think the force is more from the leg.
Right. Mike Tyson exists in my brain in like that Bo Jackson
what
thing
do you guys?
You could tell me anything.
You want to take a punch from Tyson or a fucking kick to the nuts?
If you were talking
comment and let me know. I'm curious.
If you're talking about a punch to the fucking head, you have to forsake your balls. Because having no balls is bad. Having no life is worse.
Take it straight to the forehead.
If Mike Tyson can just hit me anywhere, and I have a big fucking head. Like,
yeah.
I can't even buy hats at the store.
You got some real estate right there. You can take one.
Fucking head, and I got this fucking hair padding. I still wouldn't even. And I mean, maybe this is the thing. Younger guys were like, I still, like, chicks need me. First off, they don't. Secondly, I'm like in my mid-30s and I have kids, so like my balls are just something for me to sit on the toilet seat and hurt myself at this point. They're just in the way.
Would you let him punch you in the head for like $30 million?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
My life's not worth that. I can do that. Yeah.
30 million's worth. I mean, honestly, my wife would divorce me. She's like, wait, you die or we get 30 million? Like, that's not even fair.
Yeah, that's true.
I want my kids.
I don't have a wife. Like, Rhonda would be like, I'll have some sweet dog treats, I guess.
I'll take Rhonda. I'm like, sorry, Rhonda.
Rhonda's got 30 million just walking around.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Like, yeah, I'm her dog sitter. I'm sorry. I have to watch her every day for 30 mil. No, yeah. If someone's giving you that much money, I'm on record. Anything someone's going to pay you 6 figures up for, you got to do.
I agree.
Yeah. Like, I'd let Mike Tyson punch me in the face for $1 million for sure.
Do you think if you just let him just fucking rear back, bare fist punch you in the arm, you think he could break your fucking bone?
Yeah, he could break my arm.
You think so?
Yeah, and I got big fat
I'm talking prime Mike Tyson, too. Not even the old Mike. I'm talking like Mike Tyson.
I bet Mike Tyson right now.
I guarantee he can still throw a punch.
Yeah. No, Mike Tyson, to me, is this. He was just, at that age, he's just designed to be like the apex of all fear for me.
Those power punches, were.
I mean, I grew up
that
just
left hook
watching
was
him.
just nasty.
I mean, if you can take another gigantic grown fighting man and put his fucking face on the floor in less than 2 minutes, that's scary.
Yeah,
That's fucking scary to me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't want to do that at all.
I don't. That's
but for $1 million, yeah, fuck
yeah,
it.
I'll do it too.
I mean, we're starting to get like cybernetic body parts and shit. Like, I'll be a robot, dude. For $30 million, I'll get my robot bod. I don't give a fuck.
I'll be a vegetable for $30 million. Yeah, sure.
All right, so what? I'll give you the choice, right?
Okay.
Houston Rockets defensive woes, right?
That's...
They're scoring at an insane clip, but I think they've given up 150 multiple times.
The game the other night was 159 to 158.
Yeah.
In regulation.
Yeah. Fucking embarrassing.
Or,
so do you want to do that or Rolling Stone's list of the 100 greatest
Let's close it
things?
out with the list. Because everybody knows, I mean, James Harden and the Rockets don't play defense.
Well, it
was never their thing.
Like, I knew it would be bad, right? Because
That was
Harden
still-
and Westbrook are not good singers.
Although
they're
that
not
was
good defenders, right?
not good singers.
I don't know. Maybe
either. I don't know. Oladipo is
Right.
But no, but Harden, when he threw the fucking ball into the ground, and hit himself in the face. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
That was
the guy's reaction.
Yeah, that was a highlight of my week. Fucking idiot.
Yeah. So this list was crazy for a lot of reasons, but yeah, God, I mean, just imagine building that team and being like.
So Rolling Stone did a list as top 100 singers. Is that what it is?
Top 100 greatest
top 100 singers of all time. I have a discrepancy already.
Well, I've already told you this list got a lot of heat, right? Like, here's a big one: Chris Cornell didn't
make the list, which is just egregious to me.
Yeah, that's fucking.
I'd have him in my top 10.
I don't think Eddie.
As far as rock and roll voices, Eddie was good. I don't know. I'd put him in maybe my top 60.
Right. So let's just do the top 10. Right. I'll run you through the top 10.
Top
Number
10.
1, Aretha Franklin.
Wrong.
Okay, but this is what I mean, right? When you're in the top 10, you can argue about who she's in the class. She's
right.
a fantastic all-time singer.
She's great. Not
right?
number 1.
And this is the other weird thing. Like, we're probably not counting like opera people, right?
Well,
so you have to
but
take some of those like wink.
We're talking Billboard chart people
I'm telling
here.
for the commenters, don't hit me with this. Well, what about Giovanni Baghetti? Like, I don't care about that.
Luciano Pavarotti.
Yeah, all right, Baghetti. I was like, what's a bread thing?
What about spaghetti Alfredo?
Right. Number 2, Ray Charles, one of my all-time favorite voices.
Not number 2 though.
Okay, I'm saying these are who they have in the 10. You can. Ray Charles would be on this list no matter what.
Georgia.
Elvis Presley, I take mad umbrage with.
Not number 3.
I don't think Elvis. I think Elvis is the most overrated musical act of all time.
By far.
I know all the old whites are going to come from.
I read a thing once. He had, it was like 38 number 1 hits or 38 top 10 hits or something like that, and he only had a writing credit on one of them. The rest were songs that were like that he stole from other people.
Yeah.
Or,
he's a Carlos Mencia.
And the writing credit
Great
that he
performer.
had. Yeah.
All right, number 4,
Fuck
Sam Cooke. Who
Sam Cooke I'd have in my top 5 all day.
Sure, he can sing. I'm assuming most of our audience has
no
idea.
Infinitely better than Ray Charles. Infinitely better.
Okay, number 5. Let's see, I'm in a scroll. John Lennon. I wanted to have him that high, but he's a fantastic
number 5
singer.
Greatest singer?
This is what I'm talking about. He's ahead of Marvin Gaye.
No, he's not.
Marvin Gaye's number 6.
John Lennon, though, wasn't a good singer. He was.
No, I think he's a good singer. Marvin Gaye should be higher on the list.
People say I'm crazy. That is an infusion.
You can't just pick one. Okay. Now, this is what we're talking about. Bob Dylan at number 7.
Listen,
Bob
I
Dylan
love Bob
shouldn't
Dylan.
make the list.
No, I love Bob Dylan, but he's not a top 100 singer. He's the top 2 songwriter ever.
This
Probably
is what we were saying, right? This
top
isn't songwriter.
Yeah.
Because I was telling you,
This
one
is
of my
singers.
favorite bands in my life was Smashing Pumpkins. Billy Corgan is not a good singer.
No.
But his voice works perfectly as an instrument in the construct
that,
of the
yeah,
band, right?
I agree, yeah.
It adds, like, you don't want Sam Cooke singing for Smashing Pumpkins. That doesn't work, right?
Well, that's the thing,
You don't
like-
want Adele fronting Slipknot, right? Like, I get it. Actually, I would love to watch it.
That's the same thing with Bob Dylan. Like, his voice fit his lyrics. Because,
Yeah.
like when the, I think it was the Byrds or somebody that did that, hey, miss, when they were, like, sang it in, like, 3-part harmonies, like, the song kind of sucked after that. But you had Bob Dylan, it was, like, gritty and, like, it made sense. And they're like,
well, he becomes this, like, Chaplin-esque character, right? He's kind of this American tramp.
right.
Like, just, look how downtrodden
He's the
I am.
vagabond. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's great for him.
Yeah.
But Bob Dylan is a garbage singer.
Yeah, he's not good.
I don't even know if
Bob Dylan is one of my favorites ever. He's not a good singer.
Like, I don't even know if he's as good of a singer as Chad Kroeger from Nickelback.
No,
like,
well,
let's be on
nobody
Front Street.
is, though.
That's true. We'll take Canadian
Looking at
royalty.
your food, Griff.
No, like, for real, Chad Kroger's a better singer.
Oh, by far.
Than Bob Dylan.
By a million.
Trash songwriting. If Bob Dylan wrote for Chad Kroger,
but an infinitely better.
Nickelback would be the fucking U2 of a generation.
If Bono's on this list, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Oh,
I think
God.
he's in the fit. Otis Redding at number 8.
I'll give him that.
Otis Redding's
I'll
great.
give Otis. He's great.
Stevie Wonder number 9.
He ain't blind, but
The
he's a
man
good
who
singer.
can see. Yeah. James Brown 10. Right. You're like, all right, that's fine. McCartney 11. McCartney's a better singer than John Lennon.
Yeah, but none of the Beatles were good singers, though. Like,
I think they were.
they
Little
weren't
Richard.
bad. They weren't bad singers, but they're not top 10 guys.
Roy Orbison getting love at 13. I love Roy Orbison's voice.
My dad would be happy about
Al
that.
Green at 14.
Al Green was a bad man.
Okay, now remember who we're missing. This is what you guys
Robert Plant.
Robert Plant at 15.
I
Again,
can dig that.
he's a better part of his band. Right, but he's better in the construct of Led Zeppelin than an actual singer.
He
Mick
was a
Jagger
good singer.
16 is
Plant's
a joke.
a good singer.
Tina Turner's better than all those guys.
Tina.
Freddie Mercury at 18.
Freddie at 18 is egregious.
This is a fucking
he should
slap
be
in the face.
top 5.
Seriously, go listen
Without
to
a doubt.
Bob Dylan song and then put on Bohemian Rhapsody back to back.
Listen-
That is fucking nonsense.
Listen to any Queen song.
Who Wants to Live Forever from Highlander and Eastbound and Down, and then put on I Was a Rolling Stone. You know what I mean? He sounds like he should be summoning gnome magic in the
Once
woods.
upon a time, you dressed so fine.
Yeah.
Threw the bums a dime in your prime.
That's actually better than Bob Dylan. That's why that
Didn't
impression's
you?
not good. Yeah, Bob Marley 19.
Not a good singer.
Smokey Robinson. Johnny Cash 21 is too low, I think.
That's too high.
Etta James 22.
Etta James was bad.
Bowie 23.
That's a close to right.
Van Morrison 24 should
Love
be way
Van
higher.
Morrison.
Michael Jackson 25. That's another where I was like, Michael Jackson should be a lot higher.
I agree. Michael Jackson,
He's a
he was a damn good singer.
But
Mariah not even being in the top 25 though is is egregious.
But that's what I mean. It's just fucking.
or Christina Aguilera.
Janis Joplin at 28. Again, I love Janis.
Not a great singer. She wasn't a bad.
No. I think she's a great. If we're just talking about skill, right? Or
Yeah.
are you talking about?
She had a disagreeable voice. I'll say that.
Her voice to me.
Skill wise, she was a good singer.
Right.
Skill
For my
wise,
taste, her voice is perfect to my ear. Like I like that.
Yeah, Bobby McKay just sounded like she
I
was
like
taking a
the
shit all the time.
A vocal shit. No.
Hey, you want to sing this song, Bobby McGee? Yeah,
Okay.
let me take a shit and I'll sing
Here's
it.
another one. Prince at 30.
Prince is a
Are
bad
you
man,
fucking
yeah.
kidding me?
He's tough.
Prince is only number 30. Bono's 32.
Gross.
He's not even in the 50s.
Gross.
Bono is at 32.
Fuck
this
Bono.
isn't like the most charitable rock star or the most different colors of sunglasses list. This is for best singer.
This list is making me angry.
Yeah, no, U2 is just a band full of
Angry.
lies, right? Like Bono being 32 and a guy called The Edge who doesn't shred guitar is nonsense.
Ugh.
The Edge.
Ugh.
The edge of my fucking sanity. Let's see, who else we got? Whitney Houston's only at
Whitney
34.
at 34?
34.
Whitney's top 10 by a mile, by a million.
But that's what I mean. Ask everyone who read this list.
I...
Can Whitney Houston sing better than Bob Dylan?
But yeah, by a million.
At number 6, yeah.
It's
Can she sing better than Robert Plant, Mick Jagger, John Lennon,
she can
Paul
sing
McCartney?
better than
Yeah.
anybody listed on this list so far.
Yeah. Well, to me,
Anybody.
I'm shocked that, because Whitney Houston would be my number 1.
Whitney would be in my top 5.
Yeah, because Whitney, Freddie Mercury.
I'd have Whitney and Freddie for sure.
I like the Ray Charles and Aretha picks.
I would have
really
Sam Cooke
do.
up there. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have Ray
But
Charles
that's
or
what I mean.
Aretha.
They're all in the running. They're in the class. Fine. I would have Michael Jackson higher on mine.
But I'd have Cornell in my top 5.